Hello, this is an updated tutorial on how to use Nora's UIX Emulinator for version 2.7. This has two new features. One is Launchbox compatibility. We can import your virtual library to Launchbox. The other functionality is a brand new wizard, which should help new players because my skin looked very technical. So we made a new HTML wizard. You're going to see that in just a moment. So we're going to log into the game. And then we can go, if it doesn't ask you when you run it, you go to Nora's UI settings and click New User Wizard. So here it says, welcome to the UIX Emulinator Wizard. Let's start begin your entire virtual library. Do you have RetroArch? It's going to ask you to get the RetroArch playlist. You could just click that. And it'll tell you get some hints as to where you're looking, right here. So when you got that done, you should see this. So go to the next page. Next, it wants rpcs3 games.yml. Again, you'll get some hints right here. So if I go to PS3, there's our, and then we want the config folder. Click OK. So it's our PS3. If you don't have our PS3, just skip this. There's a way to get around it, and you'll see that in a moment. Xenia Manager wants the game data. So for Xenia Manager, we're going to go to Xbox 360. And then we're using Xenia Manager. Xenia Manager and game data. That's that. Next one, 3 to 3K. I'll leave that default for now. Now for all other emulators, we can scan shortcut files, .NET files generated by your emulator. Most emulators have this functionality. Make a folder on your computer containing all the shortcuts and specify the folder here. So if you use any emulator that this doesn't cover, all you have to do is make a folder on your computer, throw shortcut files in there, and then it works. It will compile with your games.ini. So for this one, we're using foreign shortcuts. There's two types of shortcut folders, but you don't got to worry about that. I think for a new user, just use the foreign shortcuts. It's a safe option. And last question, do we have Steam? It's usually found on the Steam App Server. Okay. So we go to see Steam Apps. And we got it. Your virtual library is now ready to be stuffed in all these dashboards. Let's start with this. Please indicate what this ASAP can be found. So this assumes you have the SAIS. If you want to download it, you can literally just click download the SAIS right there. And that's the same for all these dashboards that are coming up. This provides download links for everything you need. So I'm going to leave this at the default one. That's what I use. Alright, Xbox 360 games folder. This was designed to make it work with Xenia dashboard, but it's also used to store shortcut files and wrapper exes. So these are all your games, shortcuts to your games that the emulators and dashboards that we're going to be using depend on the work. So click the folder where your Xbox 360 games are stored. You don't actually have to have any Xbox 360 games, but whatever folder you choose is going to have shortcuts stuffed in it. So be ready for that. Alright, so you finished all basic settings. Alright, nothing here, nothing here. And then when we exit out, this is Wizard Plus. So it's a very fancy dashboard. You see Box Art Wizard right here. If you click that, You can see all our box arts for all our games. If for some reason there's no thing, you can click it, go to box art. If you want to use box art from internet, you need to install StreamGrid, the DB Python files, and you also need to install Python. I already did that, so I can just click box art from internet. That is not ET. Alright, so the box art wizard won't work right away, right out of the box. You gotta generate games.ini at least once with generate images on for the box art images. You want generate images to be on. And then when you generate games.ini, after it's done generating, you can run the box art wizard. So be ready for that. If you don't have the Thesaurus, you can click download the Thesaurus here, because that's what games.ini is used for. And I already compiled, so I expect to know everything going in here. So I'm going to click run Thesaurus, and we're going to let it run. You can see all of our games are here, all 152. This is Thesaurus. There's some new updates coming to the Thesaurus from Team UIX. I'm excited for all of them. The thing I'm most excited for is access to the GameCube skin. It'd be cool if we could have a GameCube launcher for all your retro games. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. So that's the Thesaurus. We have all these other dashboards too. If you don't want to compile it, just make sure it's not checked off. Sometimes it takes a second to load. So yeah. So I'm keeping it on. I'd like Orbis Pro to be done. If you ever want to download or figure out more about what something is, you can click this question mark. Alright. And then you can click it. And you can see where we can download it right here. And you're going to see two more use things right here. Yeah, so that's our retro library. And it's compatible with all these dashboards. Thesaurus, the inner dashboard of Pro E, Launchbox, Spectrum, Wii dashboard, Boxroom, and now Launchbox. So the thing about Launchbox is there's no use. I changed it, so it's because export to Launchbox takes a long time because it needs to generate GUIDs, GUID, whatever it's called, GUID, which is like an identity thing for files apparently. So it does that, but it takes quite a while. I have 150 games, and that takes a couple of minutes to go through. So yeah, that is the app, Nora's UIX Emulinator. Yeah. If you have any questions or you're still curious about any of the new features, go to my playlist. You should see options there, or tutorials for the various new features this program has, and your question is probably answered there. So until next time, and 2.8 comes around, this is peace. Peace.